Well, Saturday night's my time for fun. Gotta move on down the road. Gonna find me a girl and kiss me one. Gotta move on down the road. I said, move on, move on, move on down the road. I said, move on, move on, move on down the road. Saturday night, I'ma set the flow. Gotta move on down the road. Jumping high, gonna dance for sure. Gotta move on down the road. I said, move on, move on, move on down the road. I said, move on, move on, move on down the road. So you just went through with Richard a wonderful exercise about sort of examining primary documents that give us some rich meat and we really tease them out to find out about the African American experience. Well, at George Washington's Mount Vernon, the over 300 people who called Mount Vernon home, those enslaved people, also could be found in documents as survivors, as agents of change, as very interesting people. So the song I was singing for you is a call work song, which is sung in the traditional African response. So there's a call, which I just did, said, baby's crying at the end of the road, gotta move on down the road. Ain't got much time to go. Gotta move on down the road. It's an old slave song, and the response to that is, move on, move on, move on down the road. I said, move on, move on, move on down the road. Now see, I'm singing this a lot, so when you write this down, you won't say, what was that song that Larry was singing that I can use in the classroom to teach this lesson to the kids? Because you have the word that's stuck in your brain. It's move on, move on, move on down the road. I said, move on, move on, move on down the road. Now what's interesting is that the words of this song often change because depending upon who the singer is of this song, the call would actually change. Me, as perhaps living on George Washington's property, working out in the field, and I have a young lady who mine might be, you know, Saturday night's my time for fun. Gotta move on down the road. Gonna find me a girl and kiss me one. Gonna move on down the road. For a mother, it might be that baby's crying at the end of the road. You know, the babies go out to the field with you when you're a young mother. So you put the baby at the end of the road, and while you're picking, this song has, if we're picking from the road, whether we're picking corn, whether we're doing something, or picking potatoes, it's move on, move on, move on down the road. I said, move on, move on, move on down the road. It's a work song. It's a work. It might sound good because of my melodious voice, I'm sure. But it's actually a call work song. It's very important in understanding what you just went through with Richard. It helps to set the tone of the work, the pace. We can sing it faster. Move on, move on, move on down the road. I said, move on, move on, move on down. You all city folks, you don't know about picking peas, do you? You don't know nothing about that, right? You don't know that you can go fast or slow, right? Right? You know about that. Well, that call work song, Move On Down the Road, is a wonderful example. If you're trying to get your students to understand this idea of passive resistance or resistance without running away overtly, something like this is very interesting to do that because you see, they get to find that you can actually work to this song. There's another one that I sing, and I see a lot of my teachers from the Teachers Institute. It's so good to see many of you all here. I'm sure you tell those folks who have not been to a Mount Vernon Summer Teachers Institute how wonderful it is, correct? Oh yeah, okay. Believe them when they tell you this. If you have not applied to go, I would encourage you strongly to do so. Well, at the Summer Institute, I teach another song called Hope and Hope, which even visualizes even more this idea of working and music, particularly in the African sense, as a form of resistance, as a form of cultural retention, cultural transmission, and a form of surviving. There's a song we teach called Ho, Emma, Ho. And the words are very simple. Ho, Emma, Ho. Now, what grade do you all teach? Yeah, you know. It's probably not the best one. But we're going to sing it here. How about that? The words to Ho, Emma, Ho. See, you had to put on the board. H-O-E. You didn't draw the tools. Sorry. The words to Ho, Emma, Ho, guys, is Ho, Emma, Ho. You turn around, dig a hole hole in the ground. Hole in my hole. That's the response, all right? Let's try it together. Hole in my hole. You turn around, dig a hole in the ground. Hole in my hole. Okay, put your pins down there, put your hands together like this. Here we go. We're going to start up and work out in the field. We're tilting this field up, getting ready to plant some seeds we need to hold together. Now, we want to make sure that we work smart, not work hard, so this song's going to help us all work at the same pace. So everybody start up, and we're going to sing this response. Hole in my hole. You turn around, dig a hole in the ground. Hole in my hole. Well now, Emma, you've got rotten teeth. Hole in my hole. You turn around, dig a hole in the ground. Hole in my hole. Well now, Emma, you sure is ugly. Hole in my hole.
I will be singing.
You turn around, dig a hole in the ground. Hole in my hole. Well now, Emma, you've got wooden teeth. Hole in my hole. You turn around, dig a hole in the ground. Hole in my hole. So you can see, like, move on down the road. That song helps to set the pace of the work. And at Mount Vernon, where much of the slaves are employed in field work, songs like that was being very important to helping to reach the quotas that General Washington has set for his overseers and farm managers. Now, what's interesting, you might have looked, I don't know if you had your eyes fixed on me, as I look dashing in my red pants, my black pants. But you probably didn't notice that when we first started singing this song, some hands were going up, some hands were going down. This fella right here was having a tough ride. But the longer we sung that song, guess what happened to him? He got right on pace. So you don't let nobody tell you any lies that white people don't have. It's a terrible lie. Everybody has rhythm. And this is just one example that when that rhythm is so important to your survival. I mean, even the short time we saw here, the longer we sung that song, everybody gets on the same pace. Very important. So we want to share with you these little kernels that you can help to use when you're teaching lessons about slavery, particularly when you're teaching lessons about George Washington, to not talk about his enslaved community and the impact that slavery has upon him, sort of missing the mark and the full complexity of the man, who were both general, leader, husband, father, grandfather, a number of things, as well as slave owner, someone who wrestled with the idea of slavery, who he found in his own personal way that the best way he could deal with it, given his position, was to, upon his deathbed, put forth a will that manumitted those slaves that he owned outright of his own. And to know how he felt particularly about others. Because there's one slave in particular that he frees as soon as he dies. His name is Billy Lee. In this will, he says, Billy Lee shall have his freedom and a pension. He can stay at Mount Vernon for as long as he'd like, or go wherever he'd like to go. But the reason why I'm doing this is because he has served me so faithfully during the war. Everywhere that George Washington went, you saw Billy Lee, that